Hey, what's going on? It's Eric from Eric's Bookshelf, and I just want to show you all the books I bought in October. I got 20 books I bought, and I'm just going to show. I'm not going to get into all of them because that'll take forever, but I'll just show them to you. Maybe talk about a couple here and there, but whatever. Okay, so we'll start with pretty much in the order I bought them too. But I was in Barnes and Noble, and I went actually to get this book, The Haunting of Hill House by what's her name, Shirley Jackson, and I saw this copy of it, and I thought it was really cool with the hardcover. It's got the black edging, and it's just I just liked it, so I grabbed it. I kind of like the pages too. Look, it's like I don't know if you can make that out, but they kind of fade. The black kind of fades in. I just thought that was pretty cool, and so yeah, so I got that one. Then just walking around, this book caught my eye. Uh, the Cellist of Sarajevo. Did I say that? Sarajevo? By Stephen Galloway. And it's about the war in Sarajevo over there. Yeah, am I saying that right? Sarajevo? I don't know. but whatever. But yeah, it's a fictional story, but it takes place in in the war over in geez, what was that? Was that Czechoslovakia? I think something like that. Czech War, some shit. I don't even know. I guess I'll find out when I read it. But let's see. But doesn't really fucking tell you much. But yeah. But yeah, it's a fictional story, and around factual things. So I just thought it'd be good. I grabbed it, and that's that. Let's see. The other one is I bought this one too. Teachings of Don Juan, the Iaqui Way of Knowledge by Carlos Castaneda. And this is a series of books, but I heard this one was really good. This is like, I believe it's the second one in the series, and I just heard this was like the best one out of the whole series. And you don't really have to start with read them in order, so it doesn't matter. But this is either the first one or honestly, I don't even know, man. but I'm reading it. I'm gonna read it. Hopefully, I'll get to it. Uh, Next one was the Gods of Eden. This is like a UFO book. I love UFOs. I'm a big UFO freak, and it's supposed to be really good. So I just had to get it. And I read last month. I got and read Imminent by what's his name, Lou Elizondo, and that was actually really good. That was a great book, man. And honestly, I hope he's for real. You know what I mean? I hope he's telling the truth. I hope he's on the up and up. But that was a great book. So I figured, I read this one too, and I just love UFOs. So I got that, and I like writing. I really love writing. I wrote a bunch of short stories. I wrote a few books on tattooing. I got I self-publish all my stuff. I got poetry books. Actually, I have I wrote a novelette. It's right here. It's called 13, and it's it's a short book, novelette. Maybe I'll do a video. I'll talk about this, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's on Amazon. You have to type in the Roman numeral 13 and then my last name, Aleon, or to write Eric Aleon, and it'll come up. But a lot of people like it. Some people can't get past the first chapter, but they think fairy tales are real, so I can't really talk much about those people. But anyway, because I like to write, I have a bunch of books on writing, and I really like L. Sprague de Camp. So I got this science fiction handbook, and he's a great writer, man. He wrote a lot of Conan stories. He wrote Rivers of Time, which is really good. Um, and it's just good. I just love his writing. I think he wrote the Conan and the Spider God too, which I just got done reading. I got it somewhere over here. I don't know, but yeah, it's just good. I just like the way he writes. I love his Conan stories, so I figured I'd have to read his insights on writing. I figured that would be good. Then I was reading, geez, what the hell's the name of that one? I got it up there. Was it The Sun Also Rises? Ernest Hemingway, The Sun Also Rises. And it mentioned this book in there. So I had to get it. You know what I mean? I do that, man. If I'm reading a book and they mention another book, I got to get that book too. And yeah, so just sounded like a good book, and I haven't gotten into it yet, but it's The Purple Land uh, by W.H. Hudson, and yeah, it just seemed like it would be good, so I got it. I also got this one. This one I can't actually wait to read, and it's called A Carpenter's Life, as told by houses, by Larry Huan, Haun. And I love reading about people that build things, that make things with their hands, like The Violin Maker, Wooden Boats. That book, Wooden Boats, that's a really good book too. Um, Shopcraft, yeah, Shopcraft as Soulcraft. It's like a tongue twister. Uh, yeah, those books are just really good. And I got another book about he carves wooden horses, like carousel horses. That guy's amazing too. It's just I just love reading about that kind of stuff, and you know, it's a guy that builds houses, so I just figured, you know, it'll be good because he builds houses, man. Nothing cooler than that, right? The next one is Captain Blood by Raphael Sabatini. And if you ever saw the movie Captain Blood, it's freaking great. I saw that when I was a little kid, black and white movie with Errol Flynn, and just a great movie, man. I just figured, I saw the book, I was like, you know what, the book's got to be good. If the movie was good, the book's probably even better. So I got that, and this I had to get too. I had to get this one. This is about, I love violins, and this is a book called The Book of the Violin, and this one reminded me of that book, Handmade, Hand Played. I did that in another other video, what was it called? Art books that are works of art themselves. And this just reminded me of that type of book, because it just shows violins, you know, and you know, just shows everything about them, man. Just explains everything, and I just thought it'd be great, you know. Just thought it'd be a good book to have. So I got that. I was looking through this thing. I haven't read in it yet, but I've just been absorbed in the pictures and stuff, and just a great book, man. And I got that. And I also got, let's see, me and my girlfriend were talking about Lillian Gish. I really like Lillian Gish. I have a biography written about her, and I read that a while ago. I'm going to reread it too, but we're talking about her, and that led on to talking about the movie Birth of a Nation. And so I mentioned, I got Birth of a Nation was written after a movie written after a book called The Klansman. So I told her, I'm going to get The Klansman and read it. You know, I mean, say what you want. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to read The Klansman, okay? And this is actually a first edition, 1908. 1907, but it was actually gifted to someone that has their name in there. 1908. It's was that Betty Dawson, December 25th, 1908. I guess she got it for Christmas. But yeah, so I'm gonna read that. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully, I'll get to it. Then I also got this. I love. It's got some fucking sticky shit on here. There was a sticker on it and I tore it off, but I got to tear it off a little better. But anyway, I like knives. I love knife, you know, stories about knife fighting. Freaking Jim Bowie. And I got books on knife fighting. I collect knives. And this book is called Gauchos. These guys, they're basically cowboys that fought with knives instead of guns, you know, and they're from South America. And I used to work with a guy from Chile, and I asked him about them. He was telling me all about gauchos a few years ago, and he was telling me a little bit about them because I have two other books on gauchos. But when I saw this, I figured, you know, I got to get this because this is you know, it tells a nice story. It's got some photographs, you know, cowboys from South America, but they use knives instead of 6-shooters, which is pretty cool. Then you also got this one, Remnants of a Season, the collected poems of Robert Taylor. Okay, if you don't know who Robert Taylor is, he actually had a lot to do with Acid True with Stephen McNallen, and he's a musician. He's in bands, and this is actually a limited edition book. It's let me see. I know it's numbered. Here it is. 500 were made, and this is number 323 of 500. And I just had to get it. I've been after it for a little while, and I figured, you know what, I should get this before they're all gone, and then, you know, they'll be really hard to get. So I just had to get that. It's a beautiful book too, nice hardcover. Got his poetry, and I read through a couple of them. They're actually really good. The ones I read, I can't see how the others won't be good. But yeah, it's a good book, Robert Taylor. I actually talked to him a little bit online too. He's got like the Walknut, or the Volknut if you want to be official. I should have that tattoo on my hand right here. But yeah, it's definitely had to get that. Then I also got here Frankenstein. I always wanted to read Frankenstein, so I got this cool paperback. I saw this, just, I don't know, cover looked cool, like an old-fashioned 50s pulp book. It reminded me of, so I got that. But yeah, that's going on my list of to read. And I was with my daughter in it was a Dollar Tree, and they had these really cheap novels, and I saw this. This was like, I think it was like $2.50 or something like that, called Tanner's Law. And I love Western novels, and so I figured, I'll give it a shot, man. It's cheap enough, and might as well give it a shot. Then I got these. I was in Savers. I don't know if you know what Savers is. Savers kind of like a donation store. You donate stuff to them, and then they sell it. And you know, it's got a lot of books. People donate a lot of books. So I saw this, a first edition of Eruption. It's in like excellent condition, so I grabbed it. Don't plan on reading it. I'm not going to read it. And then I saw this. This one is this one's out of print. It's got a little stuff on the cover here. I got to clean that, man. Oh, I'll get that later. But it's called The Contemporary Print, and I was like, wow, this book is cool. Yeah, $5.99. So look at the sticker on it. But this book is going for like 50, 60 bucks, I think, something like that. And it's just all about, you know, printing, like, you know, posters, prints. Just seemed really cool, so I grabbed it. I might sell it, I might not, I don't know. I don't know yet, but I just had to get it. And contemporary print. And then I got this one. This was good. I bought this, I read it, and I bumped this ahead of all the others that I had on my to-read list, but it was a quick read. It was really good, though. Hard Kicking the Nuts by Steve-O. And I never watched Jackass, really. I fucking hate that shit, man. I think it's stupid and retarded. But I heard Steve-O has a podcast now, and he like turned his life around, you know. And I just wanted to read about it. He talks about it in here, which was good. I just like reading stories of people that you know, made it to the top, went down, and then made a comeback, you know, straighten their life out. And this is really good. And so I got that. Then I got this one. This is The Black Flame by H.A. Covington. And this is just a continuation of his Redmond family stories. He writes a series of historical novels, and they all have the Redmond family, you know, through time, basically their descendants. And this one takes place, let's see, 1422. And yeah, I just had to get it because he actually passed away, and his books are getting harder and harder to get a hold of. I saw this at a good price, so I grabbed it. Plus, I read Vindictus, which was really good, and all his novels are good. They're all great, and so I figured I'd get the Black Flame. Also, I also have another one my girlfriend got for me for my birthday a couple of years ago. I haven't even read it yet. Man, it's uh, the Bonnie Blue Murders. It takes place in during the Civil War in the South, and it's the same thing. The Redmond family is one of his descendants in America, and so I just had to get it. Got a bunch of his books. It's really good. Then I got this one, Primal Branding by Patrick Hanlon, and I just thought it would be good to read about branding, and I like reading business books and stuff like that, marketing, and branding and stuff. I just find it interesting, so I got that. And then the last one I got, my last October book was or is The Battle Cry of Freedom by James McPherson. This is about the Civil War. Okay, I got this one. I'm also getting what's the other guy's name? Sutton, Canton, something like that. The other guy, he writes. James McPherson writes more of like a North point of view. He's more sympathetic to the North, where the other guy is more sympathetic with the South. So I figure, read this one and also read, the other guy's books. This way you get, basically both sides of the story, and then somewhere in there you'll find the truth. And so yeah, so I got this, and it's a pretty big book. I don't know if I'll read it straight through, but definitely something good. Just you could kind of go in the. Does it have an index? I hope it does. Let's see. Yeah, it does, which is good because then you could look shit up and just read about certain battles, certain people, and maybe I'll read it in order. I don't know. I got like 100 other books to read, but hopefully I'll get to it. And that's it. That's all my books I bought in October, not including my Conan comic books that I bought. I used to read Conan comics a lot, and I just wanted to build up my collection again because I don't know what happened to my old ones. They're all gone. But so yeah, so that's about it. Just wanted to share these with you, and I will talk to you later.